Hi, my name is Diane, and this is my signature assignment for SPF 301. Vision statement. To help the student feel comfortable with the English language and to ensure international education and cultural exchange by creating comfortable environment to every student who has his or her own cultural background. So for my vision statement, I wanted to emphasize that everyone in my classroom gets equal education so that they can learn in a comfortable environment. As you may know already, language learning cannot be made when you're too nervous. So I want to show them how easy it is to learn another language and culture. Types of learners and hidden curriculum. To set high expectation for my students with curricula that can provide multicultural elements. According to TIPMED, we form judgments about places, who they are, for who belong to, whether they can be owned, whether they're places for me or people like me, and what we can do in and with them. Most ESL students may feel comfortable when adjusting to the new classroom environment. So I think it is important to show them I'm expecting more, like expecting more from you, so that they can try their best effort to accomplish what they want in the classroom. Learning environment and the concepts of space, place, and material culture. To enhance language skills by establishing a safe and healthy environment where students can learn to engage in their own community. So what I want to say is I want to create a healthy environment and like comfortable environment so that they can engage in their class activity and stuff. And I think this will later help them to engage in their own community. Achievement gap and cultural bias. To reduce cultural bias by developing number 1, more tutoring after school, number 2, the use of resource to communicate with the homes, number 3, the more teacher training in diversity issues, and number 4, smaller class size to reduce the achievement gap. Sorry, there was a typo. Sorry. So the achievement gap refers to the disparity of achievement between various student groups. I believe that this can be reduced with the support from parents and schools and administrations, government support, and of course educator. Basically, what I want to say here is that I don't want this achievement gap to be a hindrance to my students. So in order to avoid that, I should let the parents and schools know about the issue and let them engage to reduce the gap. Culture as disability and interpreting cultural conflict in learning environments. To support both compliance and cultural compatibility in teaching, and to create a version of classroom environment that is shaped to the students. Sometimes culture itself disables people through inherent cultural biases about what skills, values, and abilities each culture values. For example, when an English language learner fails because he or she does not speak English fluently, it is considered as an outside the norms or disabled. However, this can be solved by number 1, supporting both compliance and cultural compatibility in teaching, and number 2, working with students' own culture, including peer culture. Therefore, as a future ESL educator, I have to create a version of classroom environment that is shaped to the students. Pop culture and core rituals and holidays within learning environments. To make to make children grow socially and emotionally by integrating pop cultures into the curriculum and providing organized daily routines. Okay, so integrating pop culture and media into the classroom is a controversial issue amongst teachers. But in an ESL classroom setting, integration of integration of pop culture can be an effective tool to provide the English language culture and knowledge, since it provides the mainstream attitudes and belief of the society. Culturally responsive teaching. To provide multicultural education by using the cultural knowledge, prior experiences, and performance styles derived from number one, content integration, number two, knowledge construction, number three, equity pedagogy, number four, prejudice reduction, number five, empowering school culture and social culture. Okay, so finally, the last one. So according to Gay, he defines culturally responsive teaching as using the cultural knowledge, prior experiences, and performance styles of diverse students to make learning more appropriate and effective for them. It teaches to and through the strength of the students. In other words, I have to learn more about students' cultural backgrounds and facilitate instruction by presenting information using a variety of methods and delivery formats such as avoiding idioms, slang words, and colloquial expressions that ESL students would not understand. ESL classroom environments are one of the most diverse education environments. Therefore, I have to support diversity and different ways of knowing to build an encouraging classroom. Thank you for listening to my signature assignment.